hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Monday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Fictional? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Fabi, and Chuck, and Mr. Orange, and Vincent, Wolf, Cryptic, MTG, Alex, Mateo. How is everyone doing today? Oh man, we're gonna have some fun today. We have two decks that look pretty interesting. We're starting with some Kasmina action, a Planeswalker we haven't played yet, so we're going to try Kasmina. The second deck is absolutely wild. I don't know if it'll work, but if it does, things are going to happen, and it is going to be super spectacular. Hey, what's up, Max? And Dudu Arcane Laboratory. Mazared, good to see you. Wait, this is Empty Goldfish. You're saying the guy looks just like Seth. Yeah, I don't look as goldfishy anymore. When I was younger, but then you grow up and then you get a beard and you don't look so much like a goldfish. Oh, so how is everyone today? Hopefully everyone had a spectacular weekend. And yeah, this deck, oh man, this is a viewer submitted deck. I'm a little skeptical about playing exclusively MDFCs. However, the idea of this deck is really neat. The idea is you play Titan's Nest. Titan's Nest lets you exile a card from the graveyard to make colorless mana that can only be spent to cast X spells or when there are more colors. You use that to ramp into Jadzi early in the game, and then, since our entire deck is MDFCs, we should be able to untap and just like go off with Jadzi, so we can get Jadzi down really quickly. Titan's Nest. We can also use Titan's Nest just to ramp into like Seagate Restoration and so forth. So I think the Jadzi Titan Nest plan, we'll see. We'll see if all MDFC is actually a good idea, but it does look like it should be able to get down Jadzi really early, and when it goes off, it's gonna really goes off. So, y'all like jazz? I do. I like jazz. I don't listen to it that much, but I do like it. I love Meme or Dream. Dragonless Approach was so memey, it was hard to watch. Yeah, but that's why we upgraded it. And I think the new version was reasonable. But yeah, the first version, I still haven't figured it out. What's your theory? How could the original version of this deck, which was literally this. It was Torbrand, like no dragons, Dragon's Approach. Like how would this list get published? I've still been pondering and puzzling over this. Like there's no way. There's no way this list got 6 wins in a row. I don't even think you get lucky. I don't think it's even possible to get that lucky. I wonder if it's a troll. I really wonder if it's a troll. How do I talk so rapidly? Do I actually talk that rapidly? I've had other people say I talk slow. I kind of feel like it could be a troll. You'd rather play Jadzi Nest first? You know what? Let's do a poll. We will do a poll while we're doing the intro and go from there. So get in your votes. What's first? Jadzi or Kasmina? All right, get in your votes. We'll do a poll. We'll play whatever you choose. Someone at Wizards really likes Meme or Dream. I was wondering that, like, is it possible that they would, like, throw in a deck just to make me play it? That would be kind of hilarious if they did. The upgraded build was fun, though, so yeah, that's our plan for today. Get in your votes. Let's do our reminders, and then we'll play some fun Magic. I don't know if it'd be good Magic, but we're gonna have some fun with our Magic today. Did you mean to make me a mod? I did lose it. Would you rather not be a mod? I can unmod you if you'd prefer not to be modded. Arcade Laboratory, don't worry. Seth alternates between speaking faster than the entire rest of the human race and speaking as though the video is being played at 25% speed. Do I really? Do I go? Is it that much back and forth? Oh, well, Lucid, I appreciate you hanging out and being consistent. So that's one of the things I look for when I mod someone, is mostly like, if you're hanging out for a while and you seem like a relatively reasonable human being, there's a chance I'll just mod you, because we always need more mods around, so you have the power, use it wisely. Alright, wow, this is a close vote. It is exactly 50-50. Get in your vote for what deck to play first. Reminders, replay YouTube. As we can find all the old streams, including this one, in the future. Normal YouTube. I actually, the 25% rate speaking thing, and I randomly saw an episode of Family Guy for the first time in a long time the other day, and I forgot that like one of the jokes was that Cleveland like speaks really slowly. Do I talk like that? Do I really talk super slow sometimes? I didn't realize that. I always worried that I was too fast of a talker rather than too slow of a talker, but maybe I am. Yes, mods can certainly, if you are a mod and you would like to do channel point betting, feel free to go for it. I would love to do it. The problem is, it's a little tough while you're actually streaming. So Replay YouTube, normal YouTube, coming out later tonight. We're playing some Budget Magic, and it's a sweet one. We had some Memer Dream action yesterday, tons of other stuff coming up on the YouTube this week, so keep an eye out for all of that on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com, even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes. They'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page. Clean out Richard's garage. Tons of stuff there. Good way to support the stream and the channel and the site. Oh my god, the poll's exactly 50-50. Oh no. Oh, we need a tie. Okay, we gotta do it again. All right, 1 minute poll. 1 minute poll. This time, someone's got to change their. We have to do this. We have to do this until one of you changes your vote. Like on is it Survivor? It might be Survivor. If there's a tie, they gotta like try to talk. You gotta convince each other. So you gotta try to talk the other side into changing their vote and voting out who you want. So chat, you get to that. I'll put up the poll one more time. Give me your best arguments. Actually, give each other your best arguments, because you gotta get someone to change the vote, or else we don't get to play Magic. Like, up to you, chat. Up to you. Change your votes. One more try. The poll's going. Kasmina's winning. I don't see that many convincing arguments. I've seen, like, how do I even vote? It is at the top of the page. If you don't see it, sometimes you got to refresh, but it should be up at the top of chat. Historic's a better format. Save it for last. That's a good argument. Kasmina's Planeswalkers are fun. Oh, did I tell you what I did this weekend? I am a little excited and also a little scared. I think I might actually buy a house. I've been thinking and looking for a house for a while now. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I looked at one this weekend that I really like. So I think maybe I'll end up getting a house, which would be really awesome and spectacular. I would love to have a place to like set up a recording studio. Like, so I can actually have, I don't know, like renting is fine, but I would love to be able to permanently have like a place to stream and a place to do content. So we'll see. We'll see if it works out. The market is bananas right now. Thankfully, I live in upstate New York, and it's kind of a relatively cheap place for houses. But even here, it's way more expensive than it should be. It looks like Jadzi's winning. The time is running out. Jadzi is ahead by 8 votes. Get him in, because as soon as this poll ends, we are playing Magic. It looks like Jadzi's going to sneak it down. Well, we're going to play both of them. That's the plan. We're going to start with one, switch to the other. So, are you near Rochester? Somewhat. Like, kind of in between Syracuse and Rochester and Ithaca and the Finger Lakes area. Yeah, the taxes are the worst part for sure. What's better, jank or competitive? I prefer jank. I like my jank to also be able to win sometimes, but... Alright. What are property taxes out there? Expensive? Actually, I don't know what the percent rate is. I think altogether, the house I was looking at is maybe like $25 $1,000 when you add in like school taxes and the normal property tax or whatever. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's probably not as bad as where you live. It looks like Jadzi is the winner. So, okay. Deck number 1, and we'll play Kasmina after. This is a viewer-submitted deck that Noah, a fan, has been sending me decks about Titan's Nest ever since Strixhaven releases. First, Quintorius, which is another cool combo with Titan's Nest, which maybe we'll try that one too, we'll see. But this is a Jadzi build. So the idea of this deck is pretty simple. We're trying to get Jadzi on the battlefield. If you look at the deck, it has literally 0 lands. Zero real lands. Every single land in our deck is an MDFC. So the idea is, if you look at how many spells we have a Professor Onyx, which whatever, that's not an instant sorcery. That's fine. We need a backup way to win the game. We have Titan's Nest, not an instant or sorcery. We have Rowan, not an instant or sorcery. But the rest of our deck is all instants and sorceries. So if we can get some spells in our graveyard, get down Titan's Nest, ramp into Jadzi really early in the game, the idea is we untap and we go off. Jadzi is going to always be hitting spells because there's no lands in our deck to even whiff with, so we're just going to churn through our deck at lightning speed and really go to town. Is the plan going to work? Is it right to play all MDFCs? I don't know. But we're going to give it a shot. So this is a viewer-submitted brew, and I just want to see what happens. I want to see if it can work, because I feel like if we actually untap with Jadzi, it's going to be absolutely spectacular. And we can always do a little tuning, too. Playing off curve will be kind of tough. Yeah, I feel like MDFCs are probably good in the deck, but I don't know if we need all MDFCs. Watermelon, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Hey, what's up, little prince? Good to see you. Deck tag pretty easy. Hopefully ramp into Jadzi with Titan's Nest. Hopefully untap with Jadzi. And hopefully do absolutely absurd things with Jadzi. Well, okay, sure. I mean, I guess we got MDFCs. I think Rowan and Will were apparently playing on the backside. I don't even know if we have red mana in this deck, but we're standard oops all spells, essentially. No, not 25%. I don't know what the percentage. The way it works here with Taxis Donos is like it's so many dollars per thousand of assessed value. So I think, yeah. Well, I guess no, actually, that would be 25%. And it can't be 25%. No. That can't be right. There's no way it's 25%. I guess we just keep playing tap lands for now. Well, the problem is our opponent's going to have Emergent Ultimatum, which I don't know how you ever beat an Emergent Ultimatum. When was the last time we did a stream where we brewed a deck for them to play? Tomer does all the time, but I like this stream better. We don't do a lot of like full on, well, we kind of sometimes randomly build decks on stream. I don't think I've ever set off where like the start of the stream, the theme was, all right, we're going to build a deck, but we do often like tune a deck or rebuild a deck on stream. So you beat someone who played, no. How'd you beat 3 Emergent Ultimatums? What were you playing? Been playing a bunch of Thief of Sanity in his. Oh, Thief of Sanity is so sweet. Playing with your opponent's cards is probably better than playing with your cards either. Oh man, the house is so sweet. I would be excited to have a house. I think it would be really good for content. And then when we have Magic Fest upstate New York, y'all can all come crash at my place. Oh yeah, we're not 10-4 yet, are we? All right, draw some cards. 0-0. Need to find a Jadzi. You're gonna hold me to it? All right, good. Oh yeah, that's right, Tados. You have to come out for a visit at some point. Heartless Act. We probably want these disruptions. Casting them might actually be a thing. All right, discard 1 land, 2 land, 3 land. This deck. So, wait, we might need the... we'll discard one of these, sure. Discard you. Untap. Eliminate, not super helpful. Play a disruption. Foretell. Boy, could you imagine if there was Blood Moon in Standard? Yeah, it's the place I was looking at is kind of like out in the country. We could have a little like music festival. I haven't actually officially gotten it yet, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. It would be exciting. if it works out. Mid-Garmercy. It's about 3 a.m. About to go to sleep, but I'll stick around for a bit. Well, thank you for sticking around. That's a late one. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Country Bumpkin Olive. I kind of like living out in the country, honestly. I hated it when I hated it when I was like a teenager. I couldn't wait to get away from upstate New York, seriously. But I think that's maybe normal. Like, did you feel like that when you were like getting out of high school, where you're like, the place that I'm from is the worst place, and I can't wait to go someplace else? Is that like normal, or was that just how I felt when I was growing up? DJ Drew 69, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, and the Arians in hand. Not good, not good. Well, play that. Maybe they won't play their land and we encounter the Arian. That would be sweet. So I couldn't wait to get away when I was finishing high school. But then after like a few years, I was like, there's some nice things about living in the country. So I've kind of like come around on it a bit. Which maybe that's normal too, that like you want to get away and then you get away and do whatever you're doing, and then after a while you're like, all right, maybe it's not as bad as I thought when I was 17 or whatever. We haven't gotten to Super Friends yet. We're gonna start with Super Friends, but people voted that we instead would start with Jadzi. So, all right, opponent is wise to our Jwari Disruption plan. Well, let's draw some cards. Yarion. There's Titan's Nest. Discard, eliminate. Well, that is a Titan's Nest. We're heading close to where we want to be. Opponent's gonna draw a million cards. We don't have Jadzi. If only Titan's Nest could pay for Jadzi, then we can go infinite, but do I like camping? No, not really. I mean, I don't mind camping if it's like in a cabin or something, but I've never been a big fan of like roughing it camping. Like going to tent. That's because I had some friends that really like camping. I had one of the people that I was in a band with, and I was like really good friends with, loved to go camping. More of a hippie than I was, but he would be the like, all right, let's hike up to the top of this like super big hill for a half hour and like lay our blankets on the ground and we'll just sleep in the open and it'll be fine. Like that kind of camping. I think that spoiled the concept for me a little bit, because that is a little too much for me if you're going to that extent of roughing it. How do we make this work? 1, 2, 3. Well, play Titan's Nest. Get a Titan's Nest. Opponent. I mean, we're just probably gonna get him. Oh, come on. Hater of fun in all good things. Play a Tapline, pass the turn. Yeah, but if it's like, we get a cabin and we go like hang out. And we go like hang out around the campfire. That kind of camping's fun. I can deal with that kind. But roughing it, not so much. Yeah, I think we're dead. Who said that they beat 3 emergent ultimatums in chat? How is that possible? I still don't understand how you beat 3 emergent ultimatums. Did you counter them? If you countered them, I could see it. Jim Gaffigan, my wife always brings up that camping is a tradition in my family. Hey, it was a tradition in everybody's family until we came up with the house. Oh, jeez. Well, that's a hand of stuff that we're not going to be able to beat, isn't it? Can't kill that, can't kill that. Let's go to... Alright, sure. Ikoria. we gotta get in the Ikoria along with the Eldorain. I mean, I feel like there's been times when I've beat. If you could be like super far ahead on board, I think it's Seagate Restoration. Imagine that. If you can be super far ahead on board, it's possible that you can beat it. But in general, it's not especially practical. All right, extra turn, tap land, untap, Titan's Nest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Titan's Nest. Well, okay. Okay, we're going to give it a go. We're going to give this a go. Exile. Exile. So we get to Elrond's Epiphany. Take an extra turn. Maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Elrond's Epiphany. Extra turn. No, we need a Jadzi. Where's our Jadzi? Hit ya. If we can at least cast a Jadzi, we can do cool things. Millet. We need a Jadzi. We need a Jadzi. Aghanim's Awakening. Well, strategic planning. Well, Seagate Restoration. Exile. Strategic planning. Oh! Wow. No Jadzi. We went so deep to find it, too. Yeah, that's not good. And our opponent has the Seagate Restoration. Well, everything attacks Tybalt. Oh, we couldn't find Jadzi. That's the whole point of all this, is Jadzi, and we just can't find it. Well, okay. Put any number of them into your graveyard, the rest back on top. So, Heartless Act goes to the graveyard. Keep the Liliana. Actually, this is kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Professor Onyx. Edict. I mean, we had a turn. We're having a turn. Aghanim's Awakening. Like, look at this. That was a good turn. It was not Jadzi, but that was a turn. That was a pretty legit turn. That was a really legit turn. Hey, what's up, Gwanji? How are you? Yeah, I mean, we got a ton of... I think we've just gotten unlucky. We've went through half of our deck and just have not found it, so... I don't think we need to make any, like, massive change. I think it's just... It's Magic. Sometimes the cards you want are at the bottom of your deck. They're going to steal Professor Onyx. Seems likely. Hey, what's up, Booty Snacks? How are you? Oh, that's right. It's not Lily. We don't want to blow Lily's disguise. Then who knows? Why is Liliana in disguise again? Who's Liliana running from? Rowan plus Jadzi would win the game. Yeah, it would be pretty sweet. We just haven't been able to find Jadzi yet. Opponent's gonna do a little timing out. If they take this up and hit Jadzi, all right, they hit Hagra's Mauling. I guess that's acceptable. Patrick, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent, Vor Inclex. Okay, yeah. And a land to maybe leave up a counter. And kills Professor Onyx. The whole post-combat after I plus my Planeswalker Vorinclex. Alright, deck. Alright, deck. For the love of God, if you were ever going to be good to us, this would be the time. We can't even use Will because of Vorinclex now, which is awkward. Cling to dust. Do we keep it? Is it worth it? We need a Jadzi that could dig us for a Jadzi. Alright. Alright. So, exile. Curate. Okay. But we do need a spell to cast with Jadzi, so I guess we gotta keep Salundi Vision too. So we keep them both. We draw Jadzi. Alright, we will exile 1. Oh, we're gonna not have cards in our graveyard though. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Oh, we don't even have the... Oh, we do... Oh, this doesn't even work. None of this matters. Oh, this is so disappointing. This still just like straight up doesn't work. We don't have a spell to cast. The mana is a problem. Well, what are we gonna cast though? I mean, there's not even any try. Like, we don't have anything to cast. Well, we can't draw cards with Will because of Vorinclex. So it's gonna come in with 2 counters. Oh, we didn't have a spell. But I mean, what are we gotta have a spell to trigger Jadzi. Jadzi triggers when we cast a spell. So we have Seagate Restoration. They get to kill the Jadzi with Tibalt. Yeah, so we just can't cast anything. We finally found the Jadzi, but we didn't have a spell to cast because it took us so long to find Jadzi. I mean, we survive another turn, but without Jadzi. And then, is that even really surviving? If the whole point of the deck is to go off with Jadzi, if Jadzi just... Well, but Jadzi dies. So, like, I'm not even sure... Oh, we probably should have sideboarded, didn't we? I'm so used to playing Meme or Dream that we didn't even sideboard. Well, maybe our main deck's good. Let me see, King. This is not the Teamer deck. People voted they wanted to see this one first. The Teamer deck is coming. Reflect the Witch, eh? Yeah, I do think that playing all MDFCs is probably unnecessary. Reflect the Witch. Sedgemoor Witch. Mystic Reflection. I mean, if you make a ton of witches, that would be pretty hilarious. That's a funny idea. 10 the Pest is one of the ways you make a ton of tokens at once, which is pretty sweet. Well, land untapped. Thirst for meaning while our opponent's tapped out. Well, we found a Jadzi this time. Discard this. Discard. Hogger's Mauling. Pass the turn. For someone who lives alone with no friends, should they buy a Japanese Strixhaven booster box because it's been months since they last drafted? I want to see all the pretty cards asking for a friend. Who, that does have some pretty cards. So, from that perspective, probably. Alright, play the Mauling. Pass the turn. This still needs a sideboard and has some tweaking, but it's been killer for me. Ooh. I mean, it is definitely a cool idea. Well, it's theirs for meaning. We will not discard our enchantment. We will discard Hagra Mauling. and curate. Opponent. Doing what Yorion does. Rapping. Yeah, sure. Opponent. Oh, it resolved. Okay. Well, pass the turn, please. Please let us untap and do cool things. Another cultivator. Okay, yeah. I mean, we got Jadzi in hand. We got a relatively stocked graveyard. The mana is a problem. The mana, I think we gotta change the mana. Because we need to be able to cast Jadzi and cast spells, and that just doesn't really work with... That doesn't really work with having no dual lands. Yeah, Dispute is sad. Opponent going to exile our graveyard. Draw a card. Goes attacking. Well, we will mill Rowan. Draw a Heartless Act. Well, Seagate Restoration untapped. Exile some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, alright, be good to us, Magic Gods. Can we finally get a Jadzi trigger? Can it happen? You know what? Let's go all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jadzi. Come on. Hold. Please. Please let us do things. We will cast Strategic Planning. Trigger Jadzi. Okay, we got a Jadzi trigger. Opponent left in removal. Alright. Well, no fun for us. I mean, that's a free Seagate Restoration. Jadzi seems like he could be so fun. Well, exile a card. Heartless Act. Alright, well, I guess goal 1 sort of worked. Would have taken Onyx for the alt win. Yeah, I don't think with our opponent having a pretty good board, I don't think it's going to get there. I'd be surprised. I feel like Onyx is just going to die. I mean, we're dying and our opponent's deck is full of counters, so I feel like waiting is pretty risky. Well, mill. That's the upside of doing it right away, is maybe we can avoid the counters. 1, 2. Well, step 1, try to take an extra turn. Exile, I mean, Titan's Nest is pretty powerful. Alrund's Epiphany. Well, I guess that's game then, isn't it? Huh. Alright. Sure. I like Test of Talents. Like, I think it's a good card. It is... I think it's a good card to exist to fight against, like, Sultai Ultimatum. It also is pretty good at punishing At punishing fun jank decks, which is a little sad. That's the part that I like less, I guess. Well, this mana. Alright, we're definitely gotta Hey! Jadzi! we found you! we found all of them! No wonder we couldn't find them earlier. They were all in a row. All in a row, 35 cards deep. Well, that was an easy choice for the strategic planning. Yeah, we definitely got to change the mana base. Like, as soon as this match ends, this mana base is not gonna do it. I like the idea of trying to have 100% hits with Jadzi, but because of the mana base, we're not able to play Jadzi and cast things. So hitting 100% of the time is actually 0% if you can't play Jadzi and cast a spell. About it. Deck is trying to do cool things with Jadzi. That is the main goal. I wonder if the Titan's Nest plan is the best one. Maybe we just gotta build a Jadzi deck. So what are the positive aspects of this deck? Mill some cards. Exile some cards. Play a Jadzi. See if it gets countered. Jadzi. Heartless Act. Trigger Jadzi. Come on. Come on, Jadzi. What can we even hit? The other... Also, like, what is the point of them being... Okay, yeah, this mana base is not gonna... This mana base is not gonna do it. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's go to the fixing the deck part of the stage. So, part of the game. So, the thing is, that we just saw there, playing all MDFCs isn't even good if they're not castable. Like, so the gimmick... Alright, let's build a Jadzi deck. Because Jadzi does seem sweet. However, I mean, I think this is a tricky, cunning idea that I like. I like the idea, like, when you hear it, like, oh, Jadzi with all MDFCs, so it's 100% hit, that's hilarious. So, I like the deck, how it sounds, but after playing one game with it, not a big fan of how it played. I honestly, so the other thing is, I'm not even sure if you want, like, because Jadzi, if you hit a land, you get to put it into play. If you hit a spell, you get to cast it for 1 mana. Is hitting lands even bad? I'm not even sure that hitting lands is a bad thing. Like, imagine that situation. We hit a land, we put it into play, then we can cast another spell, and we can use the new mana that we just got to be able to cast it and pay for Jadzi. Okay. So what can Jadzi cast that wins the game? Wait for what? Alright, so we got Jadzi. Oh, this might be... Alright, maybe we just update the deck. Building one from scratch is probably gonna be a bit too much effort. Alright, so Aghanim's Awakening, bad. What is the point of Rowan and Will? Like, what is this card trying to do in the deck? This Veil doesn't seem good. Hagra's Mauling. Salundi Visions, I guess is okay. Turn Timber Symbiosis, no. Yeah, we're not going to play Ultimatum. We're trying to go off with Jadzi. I kind of almost feel like the best way to Jadzi is just like Turbo Ramp. Rowan and Will make your instant sorceries free with Burgee. Okay, the way Jadzi's worded, it does benefit from the cost reduction. Yeah, and the other question is, like, how do we win the game with it? Is it just Alrund's Epiphany? All right, maybe we do just have to rebuild the deck. All right. So, all right, Turbo Jadzi. So you have Jadzi. You have Cultivate. You have Eureka Moment. You have Migration Path, I guess. You have Alrund's Epiphany. You have Sea Gate Restoration. Beanstalk Giant might be alright. Mythos. How about some janky ultimatums? We could play janky ultimatums. Hey, what's up, Demos? How are you? This just kind of feels like a ramp deck, though. I don't know if it's better to update the other deck or just try to, like, fix the mana base and just keep going with it. Maybe that's easier. I'm right in between. All right, let's get rid of all MDFCs. Step 1, we need real mana. We'll probably add some back in, but every MDFC is going to go out of the deck for the time being. Not being able to cast Rowan is very awkward. If that's our combo. All right, so MDFCs are gone. MDFCs are out. Protection for Jadzi. Yeah, protection seems like, how do we protect it though? Probably counter spells is the easiest way. So Triomen. What do you think about Titan's Nest? Is Titan's Nest even worth it? If we go to Historic, we can use Inspiring Statuary and use Treasures and Thopters to explode out Jadzi. That's actually a pretty sweet idea. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of protects itself by bouncing back to hand. That is true. Snakeskin Veil. Snakeskin Veil could be worth considering. Alright, so Pathways, Triome, Fabled Passage, Island, Forest, Swamp. Are we sticking with Titan's Nest? Is Titan's Nest worth it? Yeah, we will add some MDFCs back in. Is something like Token plus Luca faster to cheat out Jadzi? It probably would be. Maybe we should use discard effects as much as possible. Yeah, discard seems reasonable. So all this removal, curate. So this deck has a lot of stuff designed to fill the graveyard for Titan's Nest. I feel like we're building an entirely new deck. Seagate Restoration. Maybe this is too big of a project to try to bite off midstream to actually do this. This might be a mistake. I feel like this is not going to be super quick and easy. What is the win condition? I guess Alrund's Epiphany? I mean, you got to get out on the battlefield. That's the main challenge, which I think means we want, like, Eureka Moment, Cultivate, but then we have way too many cards, and then there's not really anything that just straight up wins the game with Jadzi. Veil. Wait, Snakeskin Veil? Huh. I mean, I guess Titan's Nest is fine. We're gonna have to cut a ton of cards to make this work. Ooh. Yeah, maybe we're not going Fabled Passage. I mean, that's about the right amount of cards. That's 27 lands. Shark Typhoon is pretty strong. Yeah, Shark Typhoon is sweet. I mean, the whole point of the deck is to Jadzi, so it's probably too many from a fully optimized perspective. Hey, what's up, Gutter Snipes? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I guess that is. All right, let's just try a game with this deck and see what happens. Let's just try a game and we'll go from there. I mean, I guess that's the problem is you don't really have a payoff. Like you don't really have a payoff to reward you for hitting things with Jadzi. The best thing we can hit is an extra turn spell, which is good. But what is the like? How does it win the game? Body of Research could be fun, actually. Body of Research and then a way to give it haste? This is why I built the Kraken deck. Use the backside for infinite mana. Ooh, what did your list look like, Halfway? I remember you showing me, but I've seen so many decks. Yeah, it's not in Standard, though. Hey Seth, I've been loving your content for years and have finally been able to get into Modern. I now love casting Tron Ugin's turn 3. Thank you so much. Star Cookie. That's the opposite. The opposite of what I was hoping you would take from my content. The exact opposite. Opponent is cycling. I'll play a land. Pass the turn. Body of Research and Fling would actually be kind of funny. Improbable Alliance. Ugh, we're about to get run over. Yeah. Well, we're good at hitting Jadzi's this game. Kind of feels like this draw is going to kill us before Jadzi even gets on the battlefield. So we're up to 4 mana. Ugh. That's a clock. Oh my goodness, the clock is increasing. Oh, death. Death is coming. Down to 12. Seagate Restoration. Ugh. Yeah, what do we possibly do about this? Panharmonicon shenanigans are the best shenanigans. I mean, yeah, we could put lands into play, which I guess is kind of cute, but... How does this keep us alive, though? Like, we got a bunch of mana. We get to play a Jadzi. But you really need to untap with Jadzi for it to do anything. Cycles. Damage. Tokens. Whoo! Hey, thank you, Seppi Drum. I'm glad you like the Commander Clash podcast. Pona hits us. Down to 4. Passes. Titan's Nest. 3 cards in the graveyard. Jadzi, infinite amount of mana. Oh, but if you're playing an Ultimatum Shell... Oh, this sideboard is... Yeah, we didn't update the sideboard at all. The sideboard seems not good against decks that have threats. Oh, I know, but if you have Ultimatum and you have Ugin, then are you just Sultai Ramp? Like, that's... I don't know. I have such mixed feelings about things like that. Like, on one hand, yeah, it's going to make the deck better. And maybe it's going to help us live long enough to actually do cool things. On the other hand, are you just, at some point, you're just an Ugin deck. Well, we got MDFCs this game. We haven't got to Kasmina yet. Hey, what's up, the Talk? How are you? People voted to start with this one, so Kasmina is deck number 2 today by popular demand. Gum Gum Berserker. Are there any mana doublers in Standard? That would be sweet. Gum Gum Berserker, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonnet, Cycles, Fox. Well, opponents doing their best to jank us out. Oh, get a land. Put a land into play. Pass the turd. So much mana. So much mana. Next Bloom would be, well, Next Bloom you still got to keep on the battlefield, but it would be sweet. Yeah, our deck does not have a way to kill this Fox, which, I think means we're going to die here. Strategic planning. Oh, Eureka moment. Put a land into play. Play a land. Strategic planning. Get Alrund's Epiphany. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have some cards in the graveyard this time. These Foxes are going to be the fastest clock in the world. Yeah. How can we make Jadzi work? It seems like it could just be so sweet when it goes off. Ugh, Salty Adventures. Yeah, I mean, sure. And then our opponent's also leaving up a counter. Mystical Dispute's quite a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, play a land. I expect that this is just mystical. Oh, alright, maybe there's no Mystical Dispute. We'll see. 1, 2. So we can take an extra turn. But then we've eaten away our graveyard. Yeah, Titan's Nest might just not be enough here. Oh my... We should have 2 blue, but we don't. Yeah, okay. So I guess on second thought we're just dead. Heartless Act doesn't... Okay. Well, back to the drawing board. Yeah, we did have the ability to do that, but not with the way that mana was tapped. All right. Okay, so we forgot that the sideboard is probably not good against decks that have threats. Well, maybe we just have to give up on Jadzi. I feel like we're gonna end up spending... I feel like we might spend more time just, like, updating our deck than we do playing Magic if we keep going down this pathway. Because so far, so questionable. I guess Blood on the Snow is the only, well, maybe Extinction Event. Not a hard sweeper, but probably better than Blood on the Snow. Alright. Will we ever do a cool thing with this deck? Or have we just went with an impossible archetype? Heartless X in the deck. It just doesn't kill foxes. No, you're good, Noble Rooster. I really like the idea. It's just such a sweet idea. I feel like it should be able to go off. I think it's also partly just Standard is so fast and busted. Like, when we do get to the point of going off, We got Test of Talented, so it feels like things just... I don't know. Maybe it's a tough environment for the Jadster. Ugh, was hoping to draw land. Really need a land, really need a land. Come on, land! Yeah, I mean, Standard is... Standard's in one of those weird places where I feel like Standard is healthy, but it's just not necessarily that fun. And health without fun is not that exciting. Okay, that's a land. That's good. All right, so play the land. All right, maybe we got a shot. Maybe we got a shot. Come on. Come on. I want to see Jadzi go off. I want to see it. I've been playing this deck for a while. Feel like the mana base isn't quite right. Can you give me some advice? Yeah, let me see mid. Opponent goes to combat. Uh-oh, I have too many tabs open. All right, opponent going to hall monitor us. Let's see. Bant Ephemerate turns for Historic. So if wildcards are not an issue, I have found the most consistent mana bases to be... Personally, I like Shocklands, Buddy Lands, possibly a couple Fabled Passages, and Basic Lands. That's how I have had the most success, is just overload on those lands for the most part. I am personally very much not a big fan of Pathways in 3-color decks. I think they're good in 2-color decks, but I really dislike them in 3+ color decks, especially outside of Standard. In Standard, you just got to make do with what you got. Standard, you use what you have access to, but once you get back to older formats, there's a lot of options. So that's where I would go. I like the idea though. Ephemerate sweet, extra turns are sweet. The Quintorius version looked interesting too. Jadzi just sounds so sweet, Noble Rooster. It's just like such a sweet idea. I just want to go off with it. I want to go off with it. It's just going to be so spectacular when it goes off. I want to see it. I got to see it. That's the whole point. Like, I don't care. Like, we can lose a bunch, but I just want to see... Wow. Huh. That's interesting. I just want to see the spectacular turn where it goes off. No green mana still. Well, I guess we got to keep that. So we need this. Yeah, I guess it's Eureka moments, sadly, for days. Titan's Nest. Well, thirst for meaning. Come on. Show us the green mana. Let us get down the Titan's Nest. Seriously. Seriously, Magic Gods. No! I feel like we've done the hard part this time. We have not been able to do what should be the easy part of drawing a green source. About it. Torbrand to speed up the clock. Hits us for a bundle. Well, there's green mana. Ever so slowly. Well, can we stay alive long enough for any of this to matter? Oh, we're like kinda close. But there's a Torbrand. When are we playing deck number 2? Probably another couple of matches. We're definitely gonna play Kasmina though. Opponent goes to combat. Well, I guess I can Embercleave either way. Alright, sure. Opponent attacks. Kill the Torbrand. Stayed alive, stayed alive! Oh. Alright, Embercleave on the dork. Yeah. Really? Seriously? Seriously? Alright. Well, cultivate. Get our green mana. Play a land. Pass the turn. Eldorade. Hey, let me see Cryptic. Ooh, Cayenne. I have not seen any Cayenne action. Opponent, Phaseless Haven. I think they got us. We can kill one of them, but there's just not a long-term. I mean, maybe they have another Rime Rock Knight. Or a Bone Crusher. Or any number of things. Alright, there's a Rime Rock. Oh, there it is, but it's a little too late to the party. Huh. Sad thing is, without Cleave, Mono Red would be unplayable. Well, that's just tough for Mono Red now, isn't it? Boo-hoo! I don't have the my busted 2-mana equipment. Life is so hard. That made me we were doing the podcast today. Podcast goes up later today. Is there any way we get out of this? Oh, play Titan's Nest. I don't think there is. Exile. They really need to speed this up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're not gonna have enough mana to pay. Well, 4, 5, 6. Jadzi. Land on blue. 1. This is going to have to be the spin of a year. We got to hit the extra turn spell. That is it. Cultivate. Jadzi. Gives us a land. All right. Yeah. Oh! I mean, we're just dead. We need to hit the extra turn spell or we just die. Oh. We didn't have the mana for Eureka. All right, so extinction event, I guess. I don't know about Professor Onyx. Is Professor Onyx actually good? I mean, I guess it's cool if we go off with Jadzi. I kind of feel like if we go off with Jadzi, though, if we go off with Jadzi, do we need help? Like, if we actually untap with Jadzi, do we need to have Professor Onyx on the battlefield to make it good? Or do we just win regardless? Alright, we get to play first. Okay, well, we have all 3 colors of mana, which is nice. Onyx is the only win condition. I mean, I think hitting Elrond's Epiphanies win the game. Like, in theory, we just Jadzi, we'll hit all 4 Elrond's Epiphanies, have a million birds. So I feel like that should also be fine, but... Bless my collector booster box with a Panharmonic on luck. All right, doubling up your luck, Mega. Doubling up your luck. Well, here comes 1-drops. Extinction of... Are we going to get, like, turn 3 Embercleaved? Is that where this is headed? Please, lands? Oh, well, there's all of our lands. We need to hit another one. Come on. Let's get to this extinction event and have a chance. Since it's Sultai, is Witherbloom Apprentice just better than Liliana for early game? The problem with... Well, if we don't land, it's good. We do not. 5, 6... Yeah, oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Discard. So giving us a rough go of it in every possible way. So the problem with the Apprentice and all Apprentices is they just died all the removal. Yeah, we got the land. It's a bit late, though. It is Dead to Embercleave on Annex late. If we had hit a land, we wrath the board, and then we get to play Titan's Nest, and we'd probably do cool things, but we had to dig for the land. I want your opinion on something. What would you say to a format that rotates but combines blocks to have never been combined before, like, say, Scars of Mirrodins and Con Block? Those are just two off the top of my head. I mean, it sounds like it would be... It sounds like it would be fun to... It sounds like it would be a fun thing to exist. And to check out, like, synergies that maybe have never been explored before. It doesn't sound like a kind of format that I would expect to be, like, hugely popular and, like, at Magic Fests and supported on Arena and Magic Online and stuff. But it does sound like it would be something that would be fun to check out and to try. Yeah, I think it would be novel. I wouldn't expect it to be like a long-term popular format, but would I play a like arena event of it and see what it was about? I think it would be fun. We have 27 lands, I believe. So, quite a few. About it. Scoot Swarm. Huh. A lot of lands, but none of them are black. I'll play a land pass the turn. About it. I kind of miss blocks too, honestly. Yeah, that's counting Seagate Restoration. Which, I mean, it's a land. Okay, sure. Draw some cards. Discard. Huh. Oh, we're gonna get scooted, aren't we? Discard Heartless Act. Discard Strategic Planning. Opponent draws cards. Land. I'll play the land. Eureka Moment. MDFCs are pretty awkward with Eureka Moment, aren't they? Yeah, man, yeah, I don't know about Pathways. What has your experience been with Pathways, chat? Have they been good for you? About it. Well, they're not. Oh. We might get scooted. We might get scooted. About it. I assume they're trying to mutate. And if they mutate in, like, Sterix and hit lands, I guess they got us. Jadzi is not easy to get on the battlefield, is it? Opponent could draw some cards. And a Needle Thorn. Wow. Also worth mentioning that we're at, like, rank... I think we're out of rank. Like, we're so low on the ranking. What happens if you fall through bronze? Like, we're playing against the lowest possible ranked decks, and we can't even get Jadzi to hit the battlefield. Opponent. Here comes the scoots for days. Goes to combat. Attacks. Yeah. Needlethorn Drake. Oh, this is... Yeah, we will find out. We're not even playing against Newton, we're playing against... Sure. I assume it's like... I don't know. Probably our opponent's first game of Magic ever. And Jadzi just got no shot. No shot at all. Oh, yep. Okay. I think we're losing to a limited deck. Well, we will play a Triome. We will untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, Alred's Epiphany. Play Seagate Restoration. Play a land. Cultivate. Get lads. Elrond's Epiphany. Chip it for some damage. Titan's Nest would actually be good here. Another Jadzi. Well, Jadzi. Play a lad. Strategic planning. Take. Oh. Thirst for meaning. Oh. Well, let's see if we get to untap. If we actually untap with this Jadzi and this Titan's Nest and this hand, we'll get to do things. Oh! Okay. Yeah, that's a 6/6. Sure. Hits. Alright, so opponent's scooting off. The Scoots don't have haste, though. The Scoots don't have haste. We're good. Vote it. Sure. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try to do things. Opponent goes to combat. I don't know how we win this game, but we're gonna do things. We untap. I guess we gotta find the Liliana. Mill Titan's Nest. Draw another Titan's Nest. So, here we go. Jadzi to the max. Can untapping with Jadzi lead to a win? Science experiment achieved. Thirst for meaning. Trigger Jadzi. Get a land. Discard the thirst for meaning. Titan's Nest. Exile a card. Heartless Act. Kill the Sterix. Jadzi. We will cast Eureka Moment. We will decline Heartless Act. Put a land into play. Kill the Sterix. Exile. Heartless Act. Kill a... Well, we're gonna need a lot of removal. Kill a Scoot Swarm. Jadzi. Hits a land. Well, exile. Cultivate. See, if we had the Liliana go when we were do this, it would win. Jadzi. Land again. Last land out of the deck. Titan's Nest. Exile. I mean, we're going off. What plane do you miss the most and want to return to? Ooh. I want to go back to Alara. I always loved Alara. Alara is one of my favorite. Wow. Jadzi, the land master. Discard 2 lands. Well, we will exile. Okay, we found an extra turn spell. How many cards are in our deck? Not many. Where is that Liliana? I mean, Professor Onyx. Um... we'll keep it. Put a land into play. Well, we're going to give it one more shot. Exile some cards. Take an extra turn. Hour's Epiphany. Jadzi. This is probably a bad idea, but we're gonna do it. Ugh. Play a lad. We're gonna mill ourselves out. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Oh, this deck. So Liliana's at the very bottom somewhere. Well, we will untap with our extra turn. There's the Liliana finally. Okay. Will that be enough? Exile, that might do it. Oh! It took a minute, but I think we found the win finally. Exile, exile, exile. Professor Onyx. That's what we were missing.
New job, new life.
Exile some cards. Okay, now we should be able to get there. Oh, okay. I mean, so we proved that it could go off. We proved that it could go off. It takes some work. It's not necessarily easy. But if we untap with the Jadzi, Jadzi goes off. Like, we did literally play through our entire deck. Trigger, trigger, get a lad. We will... Wow, this is... Ah, Post moves it up! Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so Jadzi can do spectacular things. We did learn that Jadzi can do spectacular things. We've also learned repeatedly that it's not that easy to untap with a Jadzi. I mean... Opponent Scoot Swarm. That was at least a good limited deck. At least give us a little credit. They had some rares. They opened some bombs. There were some bombs in there. Come on now. I mean, how's the record? Oztek's unbelievably bad at winning games. So yes, 0 in many. But Jadzi, if you untap with it, when the miracle happens, it's worth it. It's worth it. Let me see, Jank Jesus. Yeah, let's just play a island go. Jadzi Transmogrify, eh? Magma Opus seems like a sweet finisher. I do like the Magma Opus idea. Yeah, that looks sweet. Cheating it into play with Luca or a polymorph effect does seem like a pretty fast way to get into play. How do we win that game? Eventually, we found our Professor Onyx and made a bunch of birds. Well, yeah, sorry, opponent. I love Scoot Swarm. Oh, actually, Scoot Swarm's a card that I think is probably as cheap as it'll ever be right now. I didn't actually realize I was looking at recent sets and trying to figure out what the most popular commander cards were. And Scoot Swarm is one of the most... It's a staple. It's a commander staple. And it's only like $3. It's a card... This isn't like go buy it out to make money. I see so many commander cards that are so ridiculously expensive right now that I think my new theory is that I want to start buying the best commander cards from a set right after the set releases. Not to try to make money off them, just so I have copies, because I've seen too many $60 Great Henges and $100 Ulamogs. The cart is smothering tithe that I don't even know what it is at right now. So I kind of feel like that's wise. Grab them by their bulk rares, and then hopefully you will have access to all the cards you need without paying a ridiculous amount of money. And Scoot Swarm is one of those cards. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. Like, has it been reprinted or anything like that? But, yeah, Anointed Procession's another example. And those cards aren't even that old. Like, those cards are just a couple of years old, and they're still insanely expensive already, because so many people want them for Commander. What do you think the Commander stables for Strix are? Ooh, well, one good way to look into it that I like to use is EDH Rec actually has a really good resource for this, where you can actually... Ooh, there's Professor Onyx. Seagate Restoration, green, green, black, black. You can actually go to EDH Rec and look by set, and you can see which cards show up in the most decks. Obviously, with Strixhaven, it's very early. But the earlier results would be that out of the rares, Archmage Emeritus is actually seeing a lot of play, which makes sense. That shows up in like every Spellslinger deck. Prismari Command apparently showing up a lot. Double Major is a card that feels like a Commander card. I feel like this is a card that will see a lot of play in the format eventually. Snarls, that makes me question everything. Must be budget play because, oh my goodness, are Snarls obnoxious? Can we just play Professor Onyx? Then they mutate and we get wrecked. We need a Jadzi. We need a Jadzi. Oh, play the land. You know what, we're gonna play it. Play Professor Onyx. Tick it up. Get a Jadzi. The bad news is that's our win con, so if they kill it, it might be tricky for us to actually win. I mean, format staples are also super helpful. I use a format stable page on Goldfish for a lot of stuff, but the format stable page on Goldfish, it's got 1v1 Commander, kind of. I don't even know if it's active, but it doesn't have the full like buy set breakdown for Commanders. So that's one of the things I like from EDH Rec. Bona gets in, hits the prof. Sea Dasher Octopus. Okay. Hits us. Well, tick it up, Professor Onyx. Heartless Act.
Come on, there's gotta be something useful.
Play a land. Extinction event. On odd. Pass the turd. Jadzi's coming. Man, limited decks just cannot keep up with Jadzi, can they? Limited has a hard time against Jadzi. Can't do it. About it. I mean, calling Mutate a limited deck is probably underselling it a bit. Like, it's not a horrible deck. Oh, Opponent scoops it up. Okay. Hey, I'm doing well, Kethrol, how are you? Huh. Alright, so we got to see Jadzi go off. There are definitely other possibilities. There are several other possibilities people have suggested. Like like, here's one that was submitted using Birdsey, Jadzi to try to go infinite. That's a cool idea. I do think Magma Opus seems like a big addition to the deck, maybe a better finisher. Halfwig has a Kraken Jadzi deck, which is kind of interesting, trying to bounce and replay the Kraken to trigger to actually, what is the Kraken doing? I'm actually not sure on this now, because that doesn't trigger Jadzi. It only triggers on instants or sorceries. Oh, it's trying to use the backside. That's right. You're trying to use the backside to bounce a bunch of lands to the Kraken and then replay them untapped, essentially, with Journey of the Oracle, and then cast a bunch of spells, which is a sweet idea. So there are other possibilities. What do we learn about this deck in specific, though? I feel like Jadzi's tough. Jadzi's a tough one. I'm glad we got to see it go off. I'm glad we got to see the spectacular turns that Jadzi can enable, because it does enable spectacular turns. We finally got to see it. It took us several games of losing, but once you untap with Jadzi, you really get to go off. Well, Jadzi can put any non-land into play, but it only triggers off of casting instant or sorcery. So you can cast an instant or sorcery, put a creature into play, but you can't cast a creature and trigger it and play something else. So yeah, I mean, it's really sweet when it goes off. Maybe we'll have to explore it more with like polymorphs or Lucas or some of the other possibilities for getting into play, but the spectacular big play aspect is definitely there. So it can do really cool things. It's just hard to get an 8-drop on the battlefield and then untap with it in our current standard, even with a bunch of ramp spells, without just dying. Like, it either die or it gets countered or something bad happens. That's asking a lot. The good news is, when you do it, it's pretty spectacular. However, we have another new Strixhaven card to check out. This time we're going to Historic to play some Kasmina. This is a deck that came from a SCG event over the weekend. Someone played it. It's a Teamer Superfriends. So this deck, it's got a lot of good Teamer stuff. The most interesting aspect is it's playing Kasmina. This is a Kasmina deck. Kasmina, our new Planeswalker, one of the most unique Planeswalkers, giving other Planeswalkers its ability, which allows them to plus much more effectively. So, like, Royal Scions has a pretty good ultimate. It takes a lot of turns to get there, though, because it only plus once. If we have Kasmina, we can double plus to get to the ultimate much quicker. Same with Teferi, Master of Time. Same with Chandra. We can plus ultimate, win the game. So Kasmina's like this interesting enabling Planeswalker. Backing it up, we got Eldraine, unfortunately. A little bit of Eldraine. Also some Amonkhet. We also have some Heart of Kirin, since we have all the Planeswalkers with a bunch of loyalty. So essentially, Planeswalker shenanigans backed by Teamer stuff. So let's give it a shot. Let's see if Kasmina is good. We tried one new Mythic. Let's try new Mythic number 2. Hey, what's up, Zethro? How are you? Good to see you. Instant Speed Fractals is sweet. Planeswalker spam deck, nice. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about Super Friends lists? Super Friends, it's so weird. Something I've realized recently is sometimes one card comes along and it kind of ruins an archetype. Have you ever had that happen to you? I think the best recent example of this was Nexus of Fate. I used to love Turns decks. I used to think Turns was a really cool archetype. It was a deck we used to play on like Mucha Brew and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Nexus of Fate came out and it was just so busted that it kind of ruined the archetype for me. So now I'm like afraid to play Turns decks because I feel like there's still some like PTSD almost from... Still some PTSD from Nexus of Fate. I kind of wonder if that happened with Super Friends a little bit with War of the Spark. Like, a whole bunch of Planeswalkers together was an archetype I really used to like, but then War of the Spark came out, and there was, like, so many Planeswalkers, and it kind of felt like the average deck was Super Friends. Like, you'd play against a random Bat deck, and it was playing, like, 3 or 4 different Planeswalkers, and that was just, like, the metagame. So I almost feel like War of the Spark kind of kind of killed Superfriends a little bit. I still like the idea of Superfriends, but it's not as exciting to me since War of the Spark had so many Planeswalkers all the time. Ooh, Kasmina. Okay. We might get to see our namesake. So what does Kasmina do? Scries for lands, that's relevant. I mean, get censored or whatever. That's also possible. Steam vents. Oh dear. Well, alright, we're going for it. Kasmina. No counter. Jeskai control with Torrential Gear, Hulk, and Magma Opus, I assume. Alright, makes a treasure. Well, we make a Kasmina. We start scrying. Ugh. We need lands more than we need a Chandra at the moment. Pass the turn. Pass the turn. I mean, with Kasmina, I've mostly been excited about what it does with the other Planeswalkers. I knew what it did. I wasn't sure if it scryed 1 or scryed 2, though. And, it's only 1. It would be nice if it was 2. Bone it. That might be overpowered, though. Alright, land, please. Okay, that's good. Land. Questing Beast. Hit your face. Kill your Narset. We are the Eldorainer. Take up. Scry. Huh. Ha 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 ha. I don't even know if we want this. Kind of still want to land to play Glorybringer and just keep pressuring. Because you know... Huh. Maybe it's fine. Alright, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. It's right on the fence. We have Kiora. We don't have Narset because the deck actually doesn't have that many non-creatures. It's got Planeswalkers, but it has a lot of creatures as well. Cycles Censor. I mean, I guess our opponent's kind of pressured by this Questing Beast. I actually don't think we have anything we can tutor out with this Kasmina, which is a little strange. Wow. Wowie zowie. I was not expecting our opponent to do literally nothing. Well, we will Questing Beast you. Hit you. Squibblblorg! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, Chandra.
I'm the best fire starter there is.
Oh! We're gonna scry! We're gonna scry! And opponent gives it up. Okay. Opponent's playing one of the hot new decks, the new control deck, but we got there. Diamond! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, Spell Pierce in. Wow, this is a pile of cards. Spell Pierce seems good. We probably need the ramp. Heart of Kieran's good. Kasmina, I mean, that's what this is all about. Maybe we get on Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher doesn't do much against control. Cut the Bone Crushers. Ronas. Cut the Ronas. What about just full-on 5-color... What about full-on 5-color Super Friends? Well, let me see, Titan Whale. Hey, how'd it go, Seabell? How did the SCG go? You had a decent record, right? I think. Nice! Congratulations, Seabell. The Kasmina definitely caught my eye. And maybe we don't ooze. Alright, try it like that. Try it like that. Best of 1 Dredge. Ooh. That's a neat take on Dredge. Alright. We got some tap lands, but we got some ramp. We got some threats. Land and Llanowar Elves go. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I'm not... So I haven't really seen the more creaturey build of Dredge like this. When I've played Dredge, it's been more. It's been more like Arclight Phoenix style Dredge. I think the creaturey version is there a way to get punished for this? No Snapcaster in Historic. We should be fine, right? I think. No Ambush Vipers. Yeah, that does look like a sweet idea. I mean, getting back the Greater Hoof would be sweet. I guess the Graveyard getting hated on would be kind of a bummer. Yeah, let's play a Royal Scion. Play around Censor. Please don't counter it. I think we gotta go bottom, because if our opponent wraths and we lose these elves, we can't play Magic. We need lands. Hey, thank you, Tamail. Opponent, land. Royal Scions. How many times will our opponent counter? Ether Gust for days. Treasure Hunt backside to Jadzi, Turboland in Historic. That's a cool idea. I also like the idea of Abundant Growthing in that style of deck. Or Abundant Harvest, the one mana cantrip. You like the beard combing? Royal Scions, for the love of God, let it resolve, opponent. Alright, saw it coming. Well, our opponent's deck appears to have a lot of counters. I will give him credit for that. How do you feel about the campuses? I think the campuses are really solid budget dual lands. Opponent. Behold a multiverse to try to find another counter. Will they succeed? One to the top, so presumably. Whoa, okay. We have resolved a non-Llanowar elf. It's all coming up. Super Friends. Discard Kiora. Play a land. Go attacking. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Bonus cycles. This the Ral combo deck. No Rals in this deck. This is just a Kasmina Super Friends deck. Oh, campuses. So the campus is coming to play untapped, which is annoying. But the scry aspect is very solid. So I think it's a really solid. For being commons, I think it's one of the best common land cycles. Not having much luck with the finding of red mana. Opponent presumably has... Oh my goodness. I presume our opponent has Torrential Gearhulk. I'll go attacking. They're going to Torrential for Behold the Multiverse? Ugh. I don't even know if we can attack. Yeah, whatever. You get to eat an elf. Alright. No Torrential yet. About it. There it is. Always hungry with lands. I mean, in this case, we have enough mana. We just don't have a second red source. So it's not so much the amount of lands as the not having a second red source to cast some stuff. I think you should make more Sephi, less Eldradi version of this deck. Get rid of the Eldraine. No. That's brutal. Why, that's brutal. Opponent. Yeah, well, all of those counters might have been enough for our opponent. That's the thing about control matchups is... Oh, jeez. Is, it's not really about winning, it's just about gaining control of the game. And our opponent's pretty close to have gained control of this game. Is a blue-black or red-blue-white Gearhulk version better? I don't know. I know that this is one of the more heavily played decks in Historic. Sure. You got a counter? Not at the moment. Go attacking. Ugh. 1 red source and 17 cards. Booted. To Fairy. And game 3. Well, if you just look at, like, the tournament... If you just look at, like, the top tournament results in Historic, I think that Jeskai Control is on the top tier list. I'm not sure exactly what build is best, but if you go to MTG Melee, I think they just had a big tournament yesterday. Let's see. So, like, the actual metagame page. The actual metagame page has Jeskai over here. It's a little tough to decipher because there's a lot of decks because so many Historic decks are published. So there's a lot of decks, and that can make it hard to dig through all the results. But I feel like as far as decks that actually perform well at tournaments, Jeskai Control shows up fairly often. Dimir Control also shows up. So I would say that Jeskai and Dimir are both probably like tier 1 or tier 2 decks in Historic. Why is Kiora here? We don't exactly have an instant sorcery to fetch with it. Throw in a single ultimatum to get 2 walkers. I think Kiora is mostly here to... Wow. Well. Alright. I don't know about starting on 5 cards against Control. That's not a place I really want to be. Jeez. Okay, we'll give it a go. Kiora is rampant card draw. Like, we do have a lot of creatures with power 4 or greater, and it also ramps us, so there's actually not any big instant or sorcery that the deck is trying to cast with ultimating. Yeah, play Cindervines. Yeah. But maybe there should be. Bioessence Hydra is fun. It definitely can get pretty big, which is sweet. Kiora. Opponent. Counter number 1. Opponent. Yeah, I mean, you can play Magma Opus. Kiora. Opponent. Counter number 2. Opponent. The deck falls flat because you don't get cards. Kiora. Opponent. Counter number 3. pass the turn. Yeah, the wording on fractals is very weird to me. Boom! Stomping grounds. Chandra. Opponent. Let's see counter number 4. Whoa! Opponent temporarily out of counter spells. Whatever will they do?
Today's my lucky day.
Hit you to 15. Opponent. Yeah, I feel like this deck will have a hard time going long against people. Shark Typhoon. And in theory, Kiora would help there. Opponent gets in with a shark. I mean, if they have Lightning Helix, we got nothing. Yeah, this isn't going well. I feel like our opponent's deck probably mulligans better than ours because they have a lot of card draw and we do not. Well, take up Chandra.
Oh, this is
Another land. Llanowar Elves. Yo. I feel like I've started saying I feel like I started saying I feel like more from watching Goldfish content. I'll pass the turn. I think the person whose deck it was specifically said Kiora Kasmina combo is sweet. They added another land after the SCG apparently. That would make sense. We've been having a bit of land trouble. Well, I mean, if they got the combo of Torrential Gearhulk Magma Opus, that would be strong. I wonder, what do you think about Magma Opus Torrential Gearhulk, which is something we've seen all the way back to Modern to some extent. Do you think that Magma Opus Torrential Gearhulk was a synergy that Wizards intentionally designed? Or do you think Magma Opus Torrential Gearhulk is Wizards making Magma Opus for Standard and they didn't realize that... Yeah, alright, sure. And they just didn't test for older formats. Top tier definitely an accident. So you don't think their goal was to do that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have been pretty clear that they don't test for non-standard formats, and honestly, I don't even know if they test for standard. How much they test for standard? It might be that their testing is primarily Commander now. I don't even know. Like, I wonder how when you look at a set like Strixhaven, like how do you test that set for standard? Like, what do you even do to test Strixhaven for standard? I guess like you'd probably want to test Awaken the Blood Avatar. Galazeth, I guess. I guess best of one. You'd want to test the Learn and Lesson package. Make sure Blade Historian's not too strong in Winota. But really, doesn't seem like it'd be that hard of a testing process. Since so many of the cards just don't really seem designed to see constructed play. Seems like they're more designed for commander play. I mean, it's like Cascading to Velki. They probably were aware of it, but wanted to see what came of it without directly testing it. Yeah, that's possible. Well, play Llanowar Elves. New player of 3 months. Well, Yo-Yo, welcome. How have you been enjoying it? I mean, I don't even know if Magma Opus Torrential Gearhulk is a problem in Historic. I was more just curious what you thought of whether they tested it or not. Like, if Wizards was like, oh, we were making this synergy for Historic, or if it was just kind of like, that's the thing that happens. No, breeding pool. Untapped. Paradise Druid. We might have to look at the mana base of this deck. This deck is not the easiest time finding all of its colors. Eliminates a Llanowelf. Alright, well, past the turn. Yeah, this is another game where we're not finding red mana. Eldraine is proof that they don't test formats outside of limited. Wow, opponent's doing something spicy. A brainstorm. Oh, they're just playing. All right, they're just playing the Tainted Pack combo deck. Yeah, Magic Arena is sweet, yo-yo. It definitely is. Especially like it's definitely the easiest way to start learning Magic when you just starting out. Testing for standard just boils down to if it's not Eldraine, it's probably fine. That might be true. Wow. Really? Well, I mean, I guess our opponent just wins, I assume. Well, we found a red source. We can't really do anything. We will cast a Bone Crusher. We will crew a Heart of Kirin. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent goes to 15. I mean, we definitely can't give him back the Talisman or we 100% lose. We like 99% lose right now. But if we give them a double tutor, I mean, guaranteed Tainted Pack to win the game. Tainted Pack Thassa's Oracle. Like, 1,000,000%. I mean, Kasmina's sweet, but we just can't give our opponent the ability to win the game. Is there any way we can win this game? 4-8. So our opponent already has the win. Well, now we might... I mean, they have the win in hand, so we might as well tutor. It doesn't really matter. Huh. Any relevant cards? Looks like no. Well, we'll take Kasmina as a message to send. Play a Chandra. We can deal a decent amount of damage, but not a lethal amount. Take up Chandra. Hit ya. Heart of Kirin. Hit ya. Down to 3, but our opponent's holding the win in hand. Gotta gaba attack. Could you have used a fairy to blink Thassa's Oracle? No, our opponent will have 0 cards in their library, so Thassa's Oracle, there's not really, with 0 cards in the library, there's not any way to prevent it from winning the game. Because it's well, the way Thassa's were it's devotion equal to or less than. So if you have 0 cards in your library, then 0 devotion is equal to 0, so if you have some cards left in the library, then there's some ways that removal can potentially get you there, but can you make the opponent draw a card? We cannot. Are there any cards in Historic that are like somewhat playable that do that? That would be kind of funny tech. But it would have to be a card that, I mean, if it's, I don't know, some 8-mana sorcery or something. Yeah, Blue Sun's okay. Sign of Blood's a sorcery, so I don't think that would work. It has to be instant speed. It's got to be instant speed because the opponent's going to win the game right now on their turn. Blue Sun Zenith would technically do it. Although, that's also a lot of mana. They really need to improve their Magic Arena. All right. Opponent got there with Thassa's Oracle. Well, it's got to make the opponent draw. So it's got to be like target player draws a card. Our deck does not appear to have much for this matchup. Huh. I don't know. I don't know. The Frozen Cell. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. Thank you. Prismari Command's kind of an interesting option. Counter the Oracle trigger. Oh, like a disallow or something? It's true. Compulsive research is sorcery, though, unfortunately. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this format shakes out and what I mean, probably Teferi's protection. That's probably the most hilarious way to do it. Huh. I don't know about this deck. So far, this deck has felt super clunky and not all that interesting to me. It's got Kasmina, but there's not a whole lot else that has actually seemed all that like fun or exciting. And we've been mana screwed basically every game. I think Goldspan over Glorybreaker, your deck is very mana hungry. Plus, you could use Memory Lapse. Well, let's try to play a Planeswalker. Opponent. Maybe a like full-on Superfriends. Like, what would probably be this? What I think would be a sweet way to do it is like, well, discard Crew. I mean, Heart of Kirin is Fatal Push. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can't not do it. We know they have a game-winning combo. What about, like, full-on Super Friends? Like, actually Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers, ramp spells. Yeah, I got it. Like, Planeswalkers, ramp spells, extra turns. Without the creatures. That seems like it could be interesting. Alright, tap land. Well, we gotta loot, because we need an untap land. This deck cannot catch a break. It cannot catch a break. 2 triumphs in a row. Oh. Yeah, that would have been a nice window to get down to Chandra or something. But, yeah, maybe that's the way to try to play Super Friends. Opponent. Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah. Well, we untap. We play a Chandra. Dick it up, hit ya. And then you can play Oath of Teferi too. Like, Oath of Teferi would be sweet. Well, hit ya, play a land, pass the turn. Ooh, Proliferate is sweet with Super Friends. Fae of Wishes. Interesting. I can't believe that the Tainted Pact deck works as well as it does with all one-ofs, but I think that's kind of like just a testament to power creep. Like, there's so many powerful cards now. We saw it with Yarion too. Like, you can play 80 cards and it's perfectly fine because, oh dear. Yeah, well, they got the Tainted Pact, so not gonna play Kiora. Play Questing Beast. You can play 80 cards and it's consistent. Apparently you can play a fully singleton deck and it will also be consistent. Hit ya. Opponent's down to 10 past the turn. Can you make a deck built around Flux Channeler and the new Rowan? Ooh. So Flux Channeler, what, proliferates when you cast a spell? Alright, well, we're going to assume that our opponent has the win. Could they not have Thassa's Oracle and it's a punt bluff? I guess that's theoretically possible, but I don't think it's worth sitting here for 5 minutes to find out. Hopefully Arena fixes Tainted Pact at some point. Makes it a little more functional. Huh. All right, let's we'll give this deck one more shot, and then maybe we'll do some updating. May have been worth holding a Borrower. What's Borrower gonna do though? Oh, in case they don't get under 0. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could. I mean, the only thing is I don't know. That's kind of expecting the opponent to. That's some really not great playing. I don't even know if that's a point you can play towards, but I guess there's some % chance that the opponent's brand new to Magic or something. Or lazy. I guess that's probably the biggest reason, is just because Tainted Pact is so clunky that people get lazy and try to shortcut it because they're worried about timing out. I don't know how I'd feel about punishing people for that though, because I don't know, punishing people because Arena has a clunky interface seems a little bit unsporting, I'd say. If you time out with Tainted Pact on the stack, it mills your deck. Really? Wait, it mills your deck like your entire deck gets milled? I mean, you still lose though, right? I would assume. Huh. Oh yeah, I guess Baleful Mastery would be a way to make people draw a card at instant speed. That's actually kind of a cool idea. Well, get in for one. Hit ya. This is a Kasmina Super Friends deck, although I think after this game we're probably going to probably build our version of it and give that a shot. It's felt kind of, I mean, it's okay. It's got some good. I mean, it's got a bunch of Eldraine, so you know it has some good cards. But have you ever considered playing some Gladiator on stream or for a YouTube video? I've considered it. The problem with I also get asked this about Penny Dreadful quite a bit, and the challenge I found with all those formats is they're just not officially supported, which makes it tough. Like, it's much harder to record content when you have to, like, find the rules of the format somewhere, build a deck from those rules, and then find games, I don't even know, on Discord or something. Like, find a Discord room, find people to play games, then just, like, click a button and play it. So that's kind of the sticking point, is just... it's not super easy to do that way for me. So I would love for them to officially support more formats. That would make it much easier to be able to do content for like Penny Dreadful and Gladiator and so forth. Will you return to Pioneer content? I mean, I do some Pioneer once in a while. It's just... doesn't seem like people want to watch it, I guess, is kind of the... that's kind of the issue with Pioneer. is whenever I do Pioneer, it's just not very popular at this point. So I still do it once in a while, but I don't know. Have you stopped playing Pioneer, chat? I'm actually curious because Pioneer was like taking off like a year ago, but then it's kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of just completely fallen off the map. Well, make a fractal, I guess, since we got nothing else going on. Past the turn. Do we even get another turn? Hell, they get back Croxa. So that's, we go to 7. Ugh, boy. Maybe this deck is just way too fair. AGK Mark, this is your monthly reminder that chat would like to see you play your Blood Moon guitar, please. Oh, we'll have to do some Blood Moon guitaring, AGK Mark. Welcome back to the Fishbowl for the 19th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pioneer's your primary format at the moment. Ooh, are you playing Paper or Moto, Robin? Penny Dreadful, it's a little bit like Gladiator in that it's a community-created format that's on Magic Online. It's a super budget format. The idea is that only cards that cost a penny are legal in it, so it's designed to be like super duper. Wow. Well, there's always an Eldraine card to save the day. About it. Blocks. Yeah. I mean, maybe this is why everyone plays them. Maybe this is it. Maybe our problem is we don't play enough Eldraine. Okay, opponent, a Pyromancer deck. Anger in. Scavenging Ooze in. Probably not Magma Spray. Maybe Clothis? Probably Clothis. We will go down. So Bone Crusher is actually good. We'll go down Brazen Borrower. We'll go down. Huh. Wow. I wonder, has the sun set on Glorybringer? Are we to the point where Glorybringer's just been power crept? Is it not good enough anymore? I actually think that's kind of an interesting question. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Huh. The deck's got 24 lands. That's not even, and mana dorks. That's not even that cheaty on lands. That's actually plenty. Or it seems like it should be. I wonder if it's just been power crept out of the game. Against the odds, Plum the Zubera. Oh, that's worth making it happen just for the name. Glorybringer is a great card, but not sure if Goldspan is just better. Is Ramp better than Remove? How do we never draw red mana with this deck? The constant struggle for a mountain. I guess we're on the draw. Please don't Thaw Seize us. How is Gladiator? Is it, so I guess that's the question. Wow, 3 mountains. I guess that's the question. Is Gladiator such a fun format that it's worth the extra effort that it takes to play it compared to Brawl or something that you can just click into a queue? Gladiator just had a big tournament, had like 7 different decks in the top 8. I mean, Gladiator's it's kind of like Commander, right? Ew, Arcanist. Well, play Kiora. Pass the turn. Pray for red mana like usual. About it. It's closer to Canlander than Commander. Well, Canlander is pretty Commander adjacent too, isn't it? About it. Land. I tried Gladiator. First 2 games are both against Tiber Rec. Unless I'm not that unlucky. Isn't Isn't it a singleton format? Opponent hits Kiora.
I'm salty.
Well, Botanical Sanctum. Tap, untap.
Nature.
Questing base, draw a card. Oh, still no red mana. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Oh, lordy. Opponent. So I can flash this back and kick it, too, which is not great. They gotta pay the kicker, but... Arcanist is quite a card. I actually would not be surprised if Arcanist got banned. I feel like the same justification they use for banning in Legacy mostly applies to Historic now. Shh, this Manus. Well, pass the turn, I guess. We have a lot of powerful cards in hand, but we will never cast one. Opponent. Sax Mills, Faithless Looting. Oh no, that was another format. Gladiator is just it's a arena format. I think Ben Wheeler created it. That was Captain. Captain was a oh, Captain. I've seen a lot of formats come and go in my day. I've seen a lot of formats. I've seen, Kamigawa block tiny leaders and so many formats, and I have never seen a format come and go as quickly as Captain. From a salty YouTube video to 24 hours later, the format being completely disavowed. Oh, it's actually kind of hilarious. No, Captain was a format where people were salty about the Walking Dead Secret Lair drop, essentially, which there are legitimate reasons to be salty about that. But the response they went with was, well, we'll just create our own commander with blackjack and hookers, like Benjer from Futurama, essentially. Except it came across really salty and negatively, and within not very many hours, it got really toxic in the Discord that was created, and a lot of the big name people associated with it, who created the format. I wouldn't say a lot, but the big name people associated with it, pretty much disavowed it because of how toxic and bad it got so quickly. So it kind of came and went in 24 hours, essentially. I mean, Futurama is one of my favorite shows. Opponent, yeah, well, I mean, we're losing our cure anyway, so we might as well at least eat one of our opponent's things. Sure. I don't know if our opponent saw this coming. Oh my goodness, chat, I forgot to tell you this. Oh, Devoid, the Devoid mechanic, it was relevant. It'll be coming up in a video. Don't worry. But Devoid, it actually did a thing. It was maybe the happiest I had ever been as far as a Magic thing, because Devoid never does anything. Never ever. It's the worst mechanic of all time. But I'll tell you, yeah, in an upcoming video, you will see Devoid arguably be the most important mechanic in a game. And it's not oh, I cast Kozilek's Return to kill a Core Firewalker or something. But actually kind of you like Devoid? Oh. I mean, well, good. I'm glad you'd like it. I do not really like Devoid. Devoid makes me laugh. Battle for Zendikar makes me laugh. I might just have to make a video that's just me talking about all the hilarious things of Battle for Zendikar. I don't even know if anyone else would get it, but Battle for Zendikar is the clunkiest, worst. It's just such a bad set, and it's bad in such funny ways that maybe it would actually be a good video. Well, All right, so we're gonna lose our we're dead. We lose our Anger of the Gods. You know what would have been good? Drawing red mana to cast our spells. That would have been mighty helpful. Whew. Well, all right, one more shot for this deck, and then we'll try building our version. Huh. Well, we've tried a couple of interesting decks today, that's for sure. Take a real fast peek at the mana base. I mean, it's got 24 lands, and some of them are red. I think part of it is the deck has really strict costs. There's like a lot of double red. So hitting a red source isn't especially helpful. You really gotta have 2 red sources because I think every red card in the deck is a double red card. Well, I guess the Royal Scions aren't, but most of the red cards in the deck are double red cards. So we've had a lot of games where we find a red source, but the second red source has been a constant issue with the deck. And our mana dork is Llanowar Elves, which is definitely good. I mean, this has Planeswalkers for days, but does it even do anything against Pyromancer? Are we just going to be playing Planeswalkers to their inevitable demise? Hey, there we go. All right. I was a little worried that last hand actually had a red source, so we obviously can't keep that. But now all is right in the world. Well, we will get rid of Rekindling Phoenix because we're never going to be able to cast it. Oh, I might have to make the video memeing on Battle for Zendikar. The allies are so not ally-ish, and you don't even know what they are. Devoid, the mechanic that does literally nothing. All right, so we got rid of the hand with red mana. So, all right, Paradise Druid. That's our hope. We drew a Paradise Druid. That makes red mana. It also does not get got by Fatal Push. Opponent Thought Seizes us. Well, we got nothing. Oh, Ingest at least was like a limited mechanic. Devoid cracks me up because it literally does nothing. Like, I mean, I guess you have this scenario where it's like there's protection from color involved or something, but in reality, it very much does nothing. All right, play that Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. What if Devoid comes back in Modern Horizons 2? I mean, I could see a reason to have it in Modern... Oh, jeez. I could see a reason to have it in Modern Horizons 2, which would be... And now the Arcanist to keep the snowball. Croxa. Alright, well... Joke's on you, opponent. We didn't want cards in our hand. I don't know if Kasmina has been especially impressive. Hey, it's a red source, but we can't keep it because we don't have anything else. Pass the turn. No attacks. Maybe Kasmina's just not good. Poke, or at least in this deck. Poke Masterix Maddie. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the main purpose that I could see of Devoid is getting around protection from colors, which is like a semi-relevant thing in Modern. So, if there was a Devoid card that was based around that concept, I think I could get behind that. We'll put the second one of you to the bottom. So maybe like a Devoid Shock that's better than the 2-mana one that exists or whatever. Like, something like that would be fine. Although I really hate the flavor of the mechanic. Like, I hate that it's got colored cards, but then it says in text on them, Devoid, this card has no color. It's colorless. Like, it feels... It's just cringy. It makes my hair stand up and my muscles tense just thinking about that mechanic. Because it's just such a clunky mechanic. Like, it's just clunky. Because they look like colored cards. Because why wouldn't they look like colored cards? They got colors on them. The colorless Strixhaven spells are sweet. It was interesting in Future Sight when they printed Ghostfire. Does a beard take a lot of work? Probably not as much as you would expect, honestly. I do a bit of combing to keep it hopefully looking decent, but go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Blocks Questing Beast. So this is coming back. Oh, the Fractal gets Fatal pushed. Scry. We're actually going to keep that. They're going to have to block this Questing Beast or kill it, so... At some point, they're going to have to deal with it. Okay, well, alright, they dealt with it there, so that works. But yeah, I don't do a ton of beard work. Do you want Eldrazi to come back? What do you think about the rumors of Eldrazi? Have you seen people saying like, oh, in the Art of Strixhaven, you can see signs that the Eldrazi are coming. Do you buy it? Go attacking. Opponent. Thinking about their death at the hands of a Questing Beast. I guess people do kind of see sides of Eldrazi every set. It's like UFOs. there's always someone who is seeing a UFO or getting abducted by aliens or something. No, we will choose this one.
The laws of reality could use some revisions.
All right, 7/7 Fractal. That's Kasmina's ultimate. Is making a big Fractal. About it. Can't wait for Mog Monday to start. Wait, wasn't Jim already Mog Mondaying? I feel like he was playing Reduke today. Because he was auto-hosted when I started the stream, so... Wait a minute. This deck has never cast a double red spell. Not once in its life has a double red spell been cast. It just can't do it. It's not possible. I mean, we might end up winning this, but good lord, is it hard for this deck to cast its red cards. Oh yeah, Fatal Push, and we pretty much lose. Or really any removal spell that can kill the Fractal would be a huge blowout. They only get one draw at it, though. And then they get a chump, or they got to draw something. Well, go attacking. Yeah, we'll just attack with that, in case they do have removal. Come on, get in front of that Dreadhorde. Dreadhorde down. Alright, well... I guess that's a Kasmina win. We couldn't cast our stuff basically the entire game, but Kasmina ticked up, made Fractals, won the game. That was it. That's a Kasmina win. When are you taking on Jim's Goblins? I'll battle Jim on Mog Mondays. I would fight him. Panharmonicon versus Goblins, the classic matchup. Historic hero humans. Ooh. Oh, General Enforcer. Speaking of General Enforcer, that deck that was playing as only human. Oh my god. I mean, I think humans have potential. I think they do. They got some good hate pieces. They have some decent payoffs. Shout out to the Scalds this week. Could also be a Coco deck. All right, here is let's build our Super Friends deck. Let's build our Super Friends deck. So let's say we're Super Friendsing. How can we Super Friends but in a way that's fun and sweet? I mean, we gotta have Kasmina. That's what this started with. So Kasmina, we have Kasmina, we have Narset. We probably go Bant, I would say. So you get Narset for shenanigans with Kasmina. Then you get, you know what? Let's just look for Planeswalkers. Let's just look for Planeswalkers. All right, chat. Tell me what Planeswalkers we need. What Planeswalkers do we want in this deck? Vorinclex into Teferi. Yeah, so I don't know about. Do we want Vorinclex or do we want Teferi, Oath of Teferi? All the 3-mana Planeswalkers. Let's start with just Bant for now. We could splash a Planeswalker if we need to. Do we need any of the white Planeswalkers? The white Planeswalkers are pretty weak. Maybe 3-mana Gideon? Amonkhet Jays. Are we... that's Ixalan Jays. Jace Mirror Mage? Can it even be Super Friends without 5-mana Sarkhan? Are there any other... There's not really any other Planeswalkers that support all the Planeswalkers, right? I can play a Nissa, maybe. We can play... Donovan Bane? Maybe a Donovan Bane for fun. Teferis. Maybe a Nico Artist. And then... I probably can't Ral in this deck. Nahiri, Hawatli. So we have Kasmina. Maybe a Tameo? War of the Spark Nissa. I don't know if I can bring myself to play War of the Spark Nissa. Bolas? Oh boy. That's a lot of black mana. There might be a way to make it work. That's so many colors that are not in our deck. Okay, so we have this. Let's start with Unyield. You want to play a Johnny's Unyielding? Dragon Sarkhan? I mean, we could splash into another color if we had to. I think the other things we want. Let's add in some utility spells real quick. I think we want... Grow Spiral. Because we need to ramp into our Planeswalkers. I think we want Explore to ramp into our Planeswalkers. I think we want Time Warp. Because Time Warp's insane with Planeswalkers. We can play Vorinclex for fun. And plus, we have the Phyrexian version. So we can play a Vorinclex. We can play Oath of Teferi. Loyalty. Legendary spells. Legendary spells aren't bad. I think if we're going to play legendary spells, Urza's Ruinous Blast, the only thing I'm concerned about is, boy, we got a lot of 5s. We're getting overloaded on 5 mana. Myla? Whenever it attacks, put a loyalty counter on each Planeswalker you control. I feel like it's going to just eat removal every time. Ophidian! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you over here. Thank you. Overwhelming Splendor. Put a counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other Planeswalker. How can we ultimate the quickest is the question. Maybe we need more cheap Planeswalkers. Maybe we do need Gideon of the Trials. We need sweepers of some kind. Yeah, we definitely need Wrath of God or something. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. So we can play Interplanar. Am I spelling it wrong? What am I doing wrong? Oh. Alright, Interplanar Beacon. That seems reasonable. Karn. Oh, Karn! Yeah, we didn't look at colorless planeswalkers. Duh. Good call. Yeah, Karn is a good one. I like Karn. Oh, we could play this Karn too. Well, I don't know if we need that Karn. We could also play Heart of Kirin as our one creature. And then Wraths? Wrath of God. Urza's Ruinous Blast. Day of Judgment. Something along these lines. I think this is where we're going. I don't know if we need Captain Sisay. Maybe we go 2 Kasminas. 2/2/2/1. 2 Heart of Kirins. We gotta fix our mana, though. Breeding Pool. Temple Garden. And then we'd make a couple updates if there's something you want to change. Breeding Pool, Temple Garden, Hollowed Fountain. Fabled Passage. I mean, that looks like a deck. That looks like a deck of Magic cards. 3 mana Wrath from Keldheim. Oh, Doomscar? Yeah, we could. I wonder if the Wraths are better than counters in the current meta. That's a tough spot. Oath of Nissa. I don't think Oath of Nissa is in this format. Yeah, no Oath of Nissa. A World Tree? Alright, yeah. I can get behind a World Tree. The World Tree seems fine. And we'll go down Fabled Passage for a World Tree. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Return all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whew. I mean, that would be sweet. Potentially in the late game. Kamal's Druidic Vow. That might be... Oh, we need a lot of mana. I mean, play one for fun. You put any number of lands or legendary. So we're going to need 7 mana? 7 or 8 mana. If we do cast it, it would do some stuff. And a Planeswalker in play. Yeah, we got a World Tree in here. Dovin's Veto. Rest in peace. What else do we need to fight against? Chainveil. Chainveil's not in the format either. Karn's Temporal Sundering is pretty funny. I feel like we probably... I feel like our Planeswalkers probably will be enough for us to win the game. If anything, we need more lands, actually. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, if anything, 25 lands is cutting it a little close. Seamstress, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Thank you. Hey, love you too. And then what's our best early game removal spell? What do you think, chat? What do you think? What's the finisher? I think just having a ton of planeswalkers is probably the finisher. Is this the time? Is this the time? Yeah, Spithcocker's seems fine. We need another early game. Just Declaration in Stone, I guess. Something like that. Seamstress handing out gift subs to June Barrows, Pixapids, Aaron, MP from Germany, and MBN VP Arthur Viper. Maybe it's Viper with a 3. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big up here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huh. All right, what do you think, chat? How are we feeling? How are we feeling about this glorious pile of Magic cards? I think you need Time Warps. Yeah, we do. They're Japanese, but we got them. Time Warps are there. Ugin. Ugin. I mean, how can you not have a Nico? I still think Nico's sweet. Oh, Deafening Silence. Deafening Silence actually does sound interesting. All right, we'll add in the Deafening Silence, and then we will... all right, we'll go to an Elspeth. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna have to upload the podcast in a bit or two, so get the games in while the getting's good. Abundant Harvest. I still haven't been sold on Abundant Harvest. I still haven't gotten there. Maybe I could be I fully admit that I could be the one that is off base about that one, but I still haven't gotten to the point where I really like it. I really don't. I still feel it's like 1 mana do nothing. Unless you have synergies for it. If you're trying to turn on your Arclight Phoenix or something, but I feel like, why are you paying a 1 mana tax on your spell? Ooh, a prediction is going as well. If you would like to predict how much we're going to win by. Boot it. I mean, I also haven't got to play with it that much, so it's also possible that once I start playing it more and it's in Modern, maybe I think maybe it'll feel real broken. Expressive Iteration. I don't really want a Wrath of Sprite Dragon, but that might be where we're at. Some have said that Abundant Harvest is the best cantrip ever printed. Who is this some? Jeez, double Arclight, good golly. Well, that's not great. Well, welcome to New Historic. Speaking of getting banned, I still think there's almost no way Faithless Looting does not get banned in this format. I would be absolutely shocked. Arclight isn't even that good in the format. I mean, it's one of... Well, Faithless Looting sees play outside of just Arclight decks, and I think that Arclight decks have been pretty competitive since all the new additions. Opponent. Hits us to 1. Well, we Wrath. We play a land. We take up card. We die. Well, we didn't really do anything that game, honestly. Sure, Phoenix Part 3. Well, Rest in Peace is good. Deafening Silence is fine. Declaration in Stone is fine. Wraths are pretty bad. Probably gotta go down Vorinclex. It is just massively, massively, massively slow. Go down Dovin and... Yeah, maybe an Oath of Fairy. Try it like that. Ruinous is good. I like Ruinous because Ruinous exiles. Do I have a cube? I do not have a cube. That would be sweet to have, though. I've started to build a cube a couple of times, but never actually got there. I mean, Vorinclex is sweet, but I think it's just too slow. Like, the Phoenix deck is winning on, like, turn 4. It's hard for me to imagine that... It's hard for me to imagine that we'll ever get a Vorinclex on the battlefield before we're straight up dead. So, yeah, I mean, it's super powerful if you can get it on the battlefield, but I just don't know if it's in the card to end up on the battlefield. I mean, it really, like, that's kind of the thing. It is a bit of a meme because I think if we have enough Planeswalkers going, we don't really need extra help for the most part. On the other hand, like, if we can cast it and then cast a Planeswalker, it is insane. Like, it is super powerful. Well, play a land. Explore. Breeding Pool, go. Well, we got a Gideon, that's something. We could use some hate. A hate card would be nice. Rest in Peace, Deafening Silence. Opponent, Desperation Crash Through. Plays an island. Well, Interplanar Beacon. Gideon. And take it up. On the island. Alright. Come on! Another Planeswalker. We're off to a better start this game. Hey, let me see a Rockalypse. Is this that guy banned? Ooh, Yari on Superfriends, eh? Well, how many Phoenixes will our opponent find? Faithless Looting. A Phoenix. Stormwing Entity. Sure. Alright, big Planeswalker. Explore. Well, let's explore. Take up on Stormwing. Fabled Passage. Play a land. Pass the turn. Don't really want to Time Warp until we have another creature. Oh, that looks sweet, Rockalypse. Kind of an Esper control style of Super Friends. Ooh, Young Pyromancer. We sideboarded out our Wrath. That's awkward. Opponent. Gonna see if there's an arena bug. So when are we going to see a body of research against the odds deck for Historic? It's been on the poll a few times and it has not been voted for, so I guess that's a good question. Well, Declaration in Stone. We could use some of our many Planeswalkers at some point. Opponent lets it go. Take up Gideon. Planeswalkers! Come on, deck. We have so many of them. Body of Research Symbicus NDC is so much fun. Yeah, that is a cool combo. That would be a fun one to try for against odds sometime. Historic's just so fat. Like, Historic's either very fast decks or very disruptive decks at the moment. It's either like the hardest core of control decks or about it. Search for Escanta could be fine in this deck. It's either like super hardcore control decks or pretty fast combo decks like this one. Yeah, I don't think there's any real value in casting a Time Warp that lets us tick up Gideon an extra time. It doesn't do anything. If we get desperate and we're about to die, then we'll have to, but it goes way up in value if we have a real Planeswalker at some point. I'll play Karn. So we're getting closer. So we play Karn. We take up Karn. Explore Tamiyo. We get Explore. We Declaration in Stone. We Emblem Gideon. Pass the turn. Alright. Now our Time Warp actually could do something. This is closer to where we want to be. This is more like it. Ooh. Opponent's got Planeswalker. Sweet. What format have you been enjoying most right now, chat? Oh, also, chat, did you hear? My understanding is 2 weeks from today, 14 days, Modern Horizon 2 spoilers start. That's what I've heard. I think it'll be confirmed this week on the Wizard stream. They said they were going to mention, like, all the details. But 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks from MH2, which is insane. Oh. All right. I like this. I like this a lot. So we will... 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's think about this. That's a format that I am most... that is the set that I'm most excited for this year. Modern Horizons is sweet. So, take up card. Rest in peace, Explore. I'll play Explore. Time Warp. Play the land. Gideon.
You hold no power over me.
Kill Chandra. Or hit Chandra. Extra turn. Karn. Rest in peace. Play Rest in peace. Out of here, Phoenixes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Explore. Oh, that's an oath. That's the oath. Okay, Gideon. Turn it on. Kill the Chandra. This is a Superfriends deck. Hit it. I think we will Time Warp. Extra turn. Untap. Take up card. Land Urza's Ruinous Blast. We get the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, shock ourselves. Nissa. Gain some life. Oath of Teferi. Untap a land. Nissa. Nissa. Gideon. Card. Give us those Planeswalkers. There we go. And, yeah. 14, yeah? Your go? Ooh. That's how you Super Friends. No Eldraine, no Bone Crusher Giants. Stack them up, Oath of Teferi, beat them down. That's how you Super Friends. That is it. That is the plan. Rest in peace. We really just want Rest in Peace or Deafening Silence. Those are our best cards. Yeah, Gideon was holding it down. So Penny Deadfall, maybe it would be cool to make a video an intro video or content if people are interested. It's a really cool budget format for people who are new to Moto. Most decks can be loaned for a 5-tick loan program, and importantly, Panharmonicon is now legal. Ooh. Also, hitter responds, draw some cards. Oh, Ultraviolet Talix. Yeah, I know Penny Dreadful has some fans. It has a... Oh... Oh, it's hard to pass up this rest in peace. It's hard to pass up this rest in peace. Oh, we got rest in peace. Don't keep. Mull? Really, chat? Mull? Another one? No, don't. Chat. Yes. I was honestly gonna mulligan until everyone said don't do it. So I think, chat, oh my goodness, and you wanted us to mull. You wanted us to mull. We got the nuts, we got the deafening silence, and the rest in peace. Oh, yeah, that would be a sweet idea. Found it. Expressive iteration. Whoo! Mulligan! Who said mulligan? Why would I mulligan when I know I'm going to draw land and then I'm going to draw our best sideboard card? One more land, a white source. Alright, close enough. Well, we will... What is a better hate card? Let's just deafening silence. Pass the turn. Well, we still do need more lands, that's true. Well, chat, I'm glad you told me to mulligan, so then I could not listen to troll you, because it worked out. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have mulliganed, and then we probably would have lost, so... Ooh. Saheeli. Jeez, wow. All right, so opponent actually has a very sneaky plan for, Saheeli. Well, opponent's got a plan for getting around the hate apparently, which is Saheeli, Dorat. Copies Dorat. Expressive iteration. Yeah, this Saheeli sideboard plan might actually just steal this game for our opponent, actually. Yeah. That's unfortunate. About it. Decides not to use their counter. Well, we will scry. Oh, that's a depressing loss. Well, we gotta keep the land, but yeah, Saheeli's gonna go all the way. We took out our sweepers, so we don't really have an answer to this. Narset kills them. I mean, their board kills us. So yeah, that's kind of the issue. Put it. Yeah, that does it. All right, we'll try one more. Nah, that was disappointing. Well, good sideboard plan, opponent. Jadzi was incredibly bad at winning. We did after really you were right, chat. If anyone got lucky, it was you, chat, because we had the literal best possible cards that we could have in the matchup, and our opponent they had the right sideboard card. Yeah, Jadzi, so it is not even a little close to being actually competitive, but when it goes off, it's really sweet. And we stuck to it, and after a few matches of After a few matches of of getting brutally crushed, oh, is this Phoenix again? After a few matches of getting brutally crushed, Phoenix again, we finally were able to untap with a Jadzi, and it was really sweet. So Seth, do you make more revenue if I unblock your videos while watching them on YouTube? Unblock? Oh, like like turn off ad block? I actually, hey, what's up, CML? I actually don't know if that actually matters. So yeah, I don't think it makes a huge difference. If it does, it's a very slight difference. So I wouldn't be overly concerned about it, honestly. Yeah, welcome, CML. Good to see ya. Budget Magic will be going up today too. After this match, we'll finish the stream. We'll raid someone. I'll go upload the podcast, and then Budget Magic will go up just after that. Instead of Jadzi, just play Salte Ultimatum. Ugh. Blah. Salte Ultimatum is... I've seen it enough times. I know what it does. It was fun at first. But... Yeah, I always skip ads on YouTube. I honestly don't know the answer to that, but... Don't feel bad for skipping ads on YouTube, because YouTube ads are super obnoxious. And some of them are super long. Have you ever not skipped an ad on YouTube and find out it's like a 5-minute infomercial? So you kind of have to do it. Ooh, let me see Dyphon. Jadzi Ness. Oh, that's actually like kind of similar to what we were playing. Opponent, Arclight Phoenix, Stormwing Unity. This looks familiar. I feel like we just didn't we just do this? I don't play a Gideon. Take it up.
Prepare to defend yourself. Let's do this.
Wait, so do people really think Phoenix is not good in Historic? Sprite Dragon. Yeah, I mean, I assume that Faithless Looting's getting banned in the next month or two. I would think. I would be shocked if it wasn't.
That stings.
Opponent brainstorms. Had a 46 long YouTube ad. What? 46-minute long YouTube ad. That is so over the top. Wow! That is like the only card they... Wow. Alright. You go, opponent. Now play a land. Grow Spiral. Inner Planner Beacon. Kasmina. Nico to the bottom. The problem is we don't have a legend to cast this Ruinous Blaster. It'd be good, but... AK Tank, welcome to the fishbowl for the 6th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Your budget Historic Hopes deck, Storm deck is super popular. Finally got enough wild cards to try it, and dang, it's super fun. Yeah, that deck is super fun for sure. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Opponent. Chains them together. Discard, discard. Plays a land. Has a Pillar of Flame.
Now, show me your real power.
Gets back 2 Arclight Phoenixes. Yeah, I mean, this is... I would consider this just fair and balanced Magic. I mean... I don't know why anyone would think this, that Faithless Looting was a good card. Oh! Yeah, well... Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, Wizards even said that with the Mystical Archives, I don't understand what Wizards is doing with Mystical Archives. Like, I think the Mystical Archives are super sweet, but I will never understand why they said before they even printed them that, well, we're expecting we're going to have to ban, you know, we're going to have to ban these cards. At least, we're going to have to ban some of these cards. We're just kind of, like, I think their exact words were like when we created Pioneer, and we didn't have any ban list, our thinking is we're just going to free all these cards and then we'll ban as we need to ban. But why not Lightning Bolt? Why not Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile? Like, if that's your thinking, that we're just going to free everything and then let God sort it out later, why did you cross a whole bunch of them off the list and not do that? So I don't even know if I should take that seriously or not. Because of all the cards they, for some reason I will never understand, intentionally excluded at the very beginning of the format. Well, so I'm starting to think that Kasmina is just bad. This is the second deck we've played Kasmina, and it does kind of constantly feel like Kasmina is the card we want to draw the least. So it might be that Kasmina is just not good. To hype new formats and get you engaged. Yeah, but why wouldn't you unleash the rest of the cards too? That's the part I don't get. Yeah, I'm starting to come around on the idea that even in a Super Friends deck, which would theoretically be the deck where this would work, Kasmina's just not good enough. Yeah, I mean, it seems like these Phoenix decks have a pretty solid sideboard plan, where they're sideboarding in a whole bunch of token producers to get around all the hate cards. So they got Young Pyromancers. We saw, yeah, I mean, well, maybe we'll try this deck more in the future when we can play more than one matchup. I guess that would be the one disappointment about this build is we've just played the same deck twice and haven't really gotten to get any real sense of this deck. Like, we have the answers for this. Our opponents just kind of had really good hands. Yeah, we played Teamer mid-range, and I don't know. My experience was the deck was yeah, you get a little mana screwed. I don't know how you ever draw 2 red sources in that deck. That was our experience. That's actually why we built this deck, is we played the Teamer Super Friends deck, and it I don't know.
Won't tolerate insubordination.
Well, I mean, Phoenix has been a deck. Phoenix has a deck people have immediately jumped on ever since Faithless Looting was spoiled. So I don't know if like, I think, didn't everyone like kind of immediately peg Phoenix to be the best deck, or like the hottest deck in the format as soon as Faithless Looting was released? Hey, what's up, Griggs' leader? How are you? What do you think about Thrilling Discovery in Dredge? It's strong, but is it worth splashing a 4th color? I mean, Dredge usually splashes pretty easily anyway, so I think cards like Lightning Bolt Plow and Counterspell limits design space and card variance because they're best possible versions of the effect, so that pushes everything else out. But I mean, isn't Thoughtseize the best possible version of its effect? And then they put that in the format? Like, so I just don't see the logic of it. Like, I get what you're saying, but... Why is Thoughtseize okay and Swords isn't, or vice versa? Like, there just really isn't any consistency with the reasoning. Jund Melee? Oh, kind of a... That's kind of interesting. Kind of a dredgy style deck. Huh. Well, apparently there's a lot of Phoenix in Historic. So what do we learn today? Gonna have to find someone to raid here in a minute. So what do we learn today? Overall, Jadzi, if you untap with it, if you manage to untap with it, it is spectacular. Unfortunately, it is incredibly difficult to actually untap with a Jadzi. Not at all an easy thing to do. So we had a really sweet turn eventually after just kind of getting beaten down, where we finally got to go off with it, and it was amazing. I don't know, maybe polymorph, Luca, some other way to cheat it into play. So if you can get it on the battlefield and actually untap it, sweet. Not that easy to get on the battlefield. And then we played a couple of different Kasmina decks, and I gotta say, I'm not very impressed with Kasmina. Planeswalkers are sweet. I think Kasmina's kind of cute, but we had Kasmina on the battlefield multiple times throughout multiple decks, honestly, and I don't think it's a very powerful Planeswalker. I mean, I guess you never really know until you actually cast it and kind of get a feel for it. But I feel like we've cast it enough that I can honestly say that I just don't think Kasmina feels that powerful to me. It can do some like kind of cool tricks, I guess, by plussing other planeswalkers. But yeah. So we'll have to play some more Superfriends in the future. But yeah, we crossed another couple Strixhaven mythics off the list for today. Good news is, even though we're done for today, we will be back in not that long, 20 hours, something like that, 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. In the meantime, I gotta go upload the podcast, so quick reminders, Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, Budget Magic going up shortly. And of course, our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magic cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free sticker, just let them know you want one. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. It was fun hanging out, getting beaten down, talking magic, trying out new cards. So we will be back tomorrow, 2 Eastern time. Until then, everyone, have an amazing night. Thanks so much for being awesome. I love each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow for some more fun. Until then, have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.